And we'll begin. So we're seated, and as we sit, we begin to tuck our low abdomen and our navel towards the spine. We lengthen through the spine. Hands can be on the knees, in the lap, around the sides, wherever is most comfortable for you. When I sit, I have my feet in front of one another, just because that's more comfortable for me and it helps open my hips more. If you are going to bring feet underneath calves, I'm going to encourage you to be very active with your feet. So actively having them straight so that you're not allowing them to fall asleep. And we'll breathe in and out through the nose. On the inhales, I want you to feel yourself drawing, lengthening up through the crown of the head. We've got a slight tuck in the chin. And on the exhales, feeling yourself ground into your sits bones and into your thighs. Allowing the rib cage to expand on the inhales and contract on the exhales. All the while keeping that belly tucked. All right, we're going to walk our left hand out to the side. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, dropping our right ear towards the right shoulder. Breathing here. Maybe walking your fingers a little bit further. And if you'd like to, on your next inhale, bring the right arm up, placing the right hand on the left side of the head. We're not pulling the head, we're just gently placing our hand. Breathing deeply. All right, let's go ahead and inhale, come up, reach the right hand down, lengthening, and exhale, taking it to the left side. All the while keeping our legs nice and grounding down into the earth. Spine is still long. Feeling that stretch from the fingertips all the way up through the neck. Next inhale, you can bring the left arm up, placing the left hand on the right side of the head. Just being nice and gentle today. All right, next inhale, coming up. Exhale, releasing the arms. Let's go ahead and take an inhale. Reach the arms up. Maybe you look up. Exhale, we're going to fold forward. First fold this morning. We're only going to fold so far as we can with our sits bones staying on the ground. So you might stay here. Maybe you reach your hands down onto the earth. Belly tucking back towards the spine. Length through the spine, through the neck. Gaze is straight down at the floor. But we're not tucking the chin. We're keeping the chin nice and long, neck nice and long. All right, inhale, look out. Exhale, make your way back up. Let's switch the legs around. We're going to use our band a little bit. And Joyce, if this isn't accessible for you today, feel free to modify. You can just go up and down, okay? Instead of going back behind. All right, inhaling, we reach up. Exhaling, allowing the band to drop back behind us. Inhaling up. Exhaling, coming forward. Inhale. Exhale. Keeping the spine long. Inhale, sits bones grounding into the earth. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take one more set of this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Okay, releasing the band. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. And exhale, we forward fold with the opposite leg in front. Same options. You can stay here, or maybe your hands drop down and you start to come closer to the ground, making sure that the sits bones are grounded on the earth. Breathing deeply in and out through the nose. And if your hands are planted, pressing into them to send the sits bones even deeper into the earth. All right, inhale, look forward. Let's go ahead and roll onto hands and knees. I'm going to use my blanket underneath my knees because it's nice to have some extra padding. You don't have to do that. You can take the blanket off the mat. Wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. On an inhale, we drop the belly, allow the tailbone to curl upwards, lift the chin. And on the exhale, we tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. Taking your inhales and exhales nice and intentionally. Now, when I say drop your belly, I don't mean lose the control that we have of it. We're literally just letting it sink down. The belly and the navel are still drawing towards the spine. We're just allowing a curve to come into our spine. Let's take a couple more. Hands are spread. Fingers are pressing into the earth. Strengthen the arms, strengthen the legs. Last one. Go ahead and inhale, meet in a neutral spine. Okay. Inhaling here. Exhale, we're going to gaze over our right shoulder, allow the hips to drop to the left, looking towards our foot. Inhale, center. Exhale, taking it over to the left, getting a nice stretch in those hips. Keeping that belly nice and tucked. And with the belly, we don't want it to feel like a squeeze. We want it to really, really feel like a tucking, like we're hugging it in. It's deeper than our six-pack muscles that we're working. Let's take one more to each side. Coming back to center. All right, from here, we're going to send our right foot back, Getting a nice stretch in that calf. And you can start to walk that left hand forward. You can keep the fingers on the ground. Or if you'd like some added, you can start to lift the leg, lift the arm. Allowing that belly to still hug in. Reaching in opposite directions through the toes, through the fingers. One more breath here. And on the exhale, let's go ahead and release. Okay, other side. Inhale, we reach the left foot back. Maybe you reach the right arm forward. You can stay like this. Or starting to lift. Feeling the pull in opposite directions between the hand and the leg. Gaze is straight down at the floor. Hugging that belly in. Keeping the spine long, pelvis neutral. One more breath here. And exhale. Go ahead and release. Alrighty, we're gonna come into a plank on the knees. So if you noticed, my knees drew a little further behind my hips. Inhaling here. And exhale, let's go ahead and bend the elbows. Make sure they're bending straight back, coming all the way onto the belly. Hands are by the chest. Inhale, lift the heart. Point the toes, lengthen them away. Exhale, coming into child's pose. Okay, we're gonna take 5 of those. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, lowering down. Allow the arms to squeeze into the sides. Inhale, lengthening, looking up. Exhale, sending the hips back. 4 more with your breath. And you always have the option to come into a full plank if you want to. So at the full plank, it's going to be inhale, exhale, halfway down, inhale to upward facing dog, and then exhale to downward facing dog. So that's your option. I'm going to show the low option. And once you've done your 5, we're all going to meet in our child's pose. Toes are together. Your hips can be, or your knees can be wide if you'd like. That feels most comfortable. Or they can be together. I'm going to move my blanket out. And I'm actually going to place it, if you have your blanket, you can fold it up and place it underneath your forehead. Sometimes that's nice to have that little extra padding. We're actively pressing into the hands, sending those sits bones towards the heels of the feet. Breathing deeply wherever you're at. All right, from here, inhale, coming back to a tabletop position. We're going to step that right foot in between our hands. Staying in a low lunge. Knee is over the ankle. And you can stay here with your hands down on the ground. Or you can inhale, make your way up. Hands on the thighs. Belly still hugging in. Getting some nice length. And you can still keep that blanket under the knees if that's most comfortable. All right, we're going to plant the hands again if they're not planted. Make sure that the foot is in the middle of your mat, in between the hands. Inhaling here. Exhale, keeping the foot planted, we're gonna send the hips back. And we're just gonna rock back and forth. Inhales, take you forward. Exhales, sending the hips back. Do that 3 more times. And then we're gonna hold on the exhale. Once you've done your 3, holding on the exhale. Really work to keep that right foot planted on the earth. Lengthening through the spine. All right, inhale, make your way forward. And let's step that right foot back. Okay, left side. I'm gonna bring my blanket underneath me real quick. Inhale, stepping that left foot forward. Same options. You can stay here or coming up, hands on the thigh. And with this, I'm gonna encourage you to bring the opposite hand on the bottom. Stacking the knee and the ankle. Hugging the belly in. Lifting up through the heart, through the crown of the head. Allowing those hips to open. All right, next exhale, go ahead and plant your hands again. Inhale, we stay here. Exhale, sending the hips back, keeping that left foot planted. Taking 5, inhaling. Exhaling. Moving with your breath. And then holding on that 5th exhale. Nice deep stretching in that hamstring. Inhale, making your way up. And exhale, sending the legs back. Okay, we're gonna come and sit on our shins. You can remove your blanket, or you can even place the blanket on the, in between your hips and your heels if you'd like to. Sometimes that's nice. All right, coming forward a little bit. On an inhale, we're gonna come up, reach up, and on the exhale, we're gonna hover, sending our arms back, hovering over our legs. Inhale, coming up, look up. Exhale, hovering. Taking that 5 more times. And you can tuck your toes if that feels better. I feel like I have more control if my legs are completely flat. That belly is still hugging in. Strengthening the legs here. And we're gonna inhale, meet in an upward position. Okay, today we're gonna take a small little back bend. So with the hands, drawing them behind you, placing your knuckles, fists on your sacrum. Inhale, lifting the heart. And exhale, reaching the hips forward, starting to curl the spine back. And maybe it's better if your hands are flat. Breathing here. And you don't have to even go back that far. You might just go back this far or this far. Doing what's best for your body. Pressing into those legs. Let's take one more big breath. And inhale. Bring ourselves back up. Nicely done. We're going to exhale, coming on to our sits bones to sit. Opening our legs wide. Options, you can either reach the hands out to the sides or forward. Inhaling here, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, we're going to fold at the hips. So if your arms are reaching out to the side, grabbing on shins, ankles, or feet. If they're reaching forward, you can plant them, making sure that your sits bones stay on the ground. We're actively pressing our heels down into the earth. Toes are pointing straight upwards. And if it's hard with your knees, if you've got tight hamstrings, shorten the width of your triangle, of your open legs, okay? Breathing deeply here. This is another great place if you're folding forward, if you're folding at all actually, to fold up that blanket again and reach the forehead toward that blanket. All right, inhale, look out, walk yourself up. Let's bring the feet, actually we're gonna take a balance. Okay, rocking onto the fleshy part between the sits bones and the tailbone, reaching the arms out to the side. Inhale, work on bringing both legs up at the same time without bending them. Okay, you can grab the ankles or the outsides of the feet, and then you're gonna point the toes. Inhale, reach the heart up, look up, maybe smile. Breathing here. All right, inhale, look forward. We're gonna keep the legs up, bring them together. I'm gonna flip around. We're gonna come into Navasana. So your legs can be straight or you can bend them. Just a little bit more work because we're in the perfect position on the fleshy part between our sits bones and our tailbone to come straight into Navasana. Squeezing the legs together wherever you're at. Lifting through the heart, reaching through the arms. All right, and then on your next exhale, with control, coming all the way down. Okay, really quickly, we'll take an inversion. Again, this is a great place if you want to fold up your blanket to bring it underneath your hips for support. Okay, and we're just gonna take modified shoulder stand. If you'd like to take full, feel free to. I'm just gonna show the modification, and I'm gonna show the modification with a blanket underneath my sacrum. Okay, so our legs are straight, pointing, squeezing in towards each other. Arms are down around our sides, pressing into the full forearm, whole palm of the hand. Inhale, we reach our legs up. Shoulders are drawing down the back. The neck is nice and long. Gazing up at the toes. Keeping those inner thighs active, allowing the belly to just sink down into the earth. Taking a couple more breaths here. Nice and deep, nice and slow. All right, next exhale, bringing the knees into the chest. Maybe lifting up off of the blanket if you chose to come on the blanket with me. We're just gonna rock side to side with the knees in the chest. If you'd like to, you can grab ankles or feet, opening up the legs, coming into happy baby. And then we're gonna make our way to Shavasana. Couple ways to take it, planting the feet as wide as the hips if your low back is hurting and allowing the knees to drop in. Or you can take it in the traditional way, legs wider than hips, all the way out, feet falling out to the sides, and always an option to come into legs up the wall, which is exactly what it sounds like. You just come up to a wall, staying as close as you can, spinning your hips up onto the wall, and then wherever you're at, your arms are down, palms facing up, shoulders are relaxed, heart is open, allowing the body to release into the earth. Begin to deepen your breath, allowing movement to come back into your body. You have your legs up the wall, bringing your knees into your chest, rolling onto your side, and then making your way back to your mat. If you're lying down, on your next inhale, bringing the knees into the chest, and exhale, rolling onto one side, coming into fetal position. Pausing here, looking inward with compassion and non-judgment, sending peace and gratitude throughout. Plant your hands on an inhale, making your way up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands down around our sides. Inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, thumbs come to sternum. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. I hope you are all well and at peace. The divine light in me sees and honors the divine light in you. Namaste.